Hello everyone and welcome back to another exciting session of Storms over Cerenar. Here we've brought together more than 50 years of role-playing experience, believe it or not, but we have added it up. To create an epic tale of ancient gods, sleeping lies, and country-spanning conflicts in a high-level D&D campaign. And if you can figure out what two words I mixed up there, that's a bonus point for you. My name is Roar, and I have the pleasure of being your Dungeon Master for tonight. With me are, for now, four of our beautiful ding-dongs. Hello, ding-dongs.
Hello, ding-dongs.
Ding-dongs.
And Alex is a bit belated, so you will have to wait for him as we will do as well. But until then, we'll just get started with the people that we have here. So let's give my fine players a chance to introduce themselves. Anton, first in line for once. Good to see you.
Yes, I am not Alex. I'm sorry to trick you all. I am Anton, and I'll be playing Torben, the grumpy dwarf. And yeah, excited to be here again.
I'm excited to have you here, my friend. All right, and next up, of course, is my good friend and yours, Jonas. Jonas, good to have you.
Hey everyone, I'm Jonas. I play Bjørn the Barbarian on a killing spree in Sorrow. It's gonna be great.
It's always very great with that. Next up, of course, is our good friend and slightly creepy organ harvester. Of course, we have our good friend Leon. Welcome to the show, Leon.
Hello, I'm Leon, hail from Germany. I'm playing Dr. Faust and Loxodon. Loxodon with a kind of unique outlook in life, and also if you don't follow our channel, he will harvest your organs.
So yeah, if you like your kidneys or your spleen, then make sure to ring that fucking bell, people. That's great. Did I say that it's an 18+ stream? Because we're going to be swearing of a storm. That's good.
That's
and
the
course,
actual storm over Cerenar is the swearing.
Don't say anything before I've introduced you, Tanner, because my friend from Canada, our fellow producer, of course, is next in line to be introduced here. Tanner, welcome. You were saying something about it. What was it?
I don't know, it's saying something. Yeah, the storms over Cerenar. The storm is actually the swearing that will be happening on stream. It's pretty great. Yeah, I play Nongle, little nomad, gnome that is a dabbler of the magic and arcade and sorcerer and clerical arts. You name a spell, he's probably forgot it.
And with that perfect introduction, with no chaos at all, thank you very much, Tanner. Thank you, everybody. We're ready to get started. And last session, for those of you who weren't there or forgot, our friends here arrived in New Wrath, the Big Lemon, the city of the world's desire, the largest city in Cerenar, and the capital of the kingdom of Rethuria. Here our friends are stopping for a second because it's a big place. It's easy to hide from all the people who are hunting them, but also because they want to see if they can find an audience with King Michael II. Bjorn has an old friend, the Amber Lord, that is supposedly waiting for them in the Big Head Inn. So our heroes will be heading there whenever they feel like they're done shopping, of course. They're also looking for a way to get up north, all the way to Urdras Hole, the tree of fate, where the Norns have their castle. To get there without drawing the ire and attention of both the face and the bird and the tranquil pillar, our heroes need a way, and it seems like underground might be the best way to do so. So they have set up a meeting with a ranger down in the undercity of New Wrath, Nurathabad, the dwarven hole underneath the human city itself. So there's a lot of things going on, and our heroes did a bunch of shopping too. And I'm not sure if you're done with that, guys. So let's jump right into it.
Yeah, we totally hijacked the RP and turned it into a shopping session. That's what we did.
Shopping sessions are a pivotal part of D&D, and you're supposed to go and spend the money that you've stolen from dead people, right? So it's a part of it. It's like playing Diablo, but it's actually fun. All right.
Diablo's fun.
Yeah, I think. Well, yeah, let's take that discussion at another time. I'm not going to sit here and dunk on Blizzard. So yeah,
You mean
guys.
Microsoft.
They do a good job of that on their
You mean
own.
Microsoft, right?
Yeah, no. I'm not fucking with Microsoft anytime soon.
Oh,
So
Microsoft just bought Blizzard, so
last session,
that
just to
session.
be
Okay.
sure, just to be sure. So Torgen, you and Aust went out to find some blacksmiths that could help you upgrade your armor, and you found some hard copper. Hard copper, as you know, is very difficult to come by, and one of the only places where it actually is in big amounts, along with star metal, is from the hold where you came from originally. And you managed to get to get your to get some of your equipment upgraded and got some new armor for Oust. I don't know if there's anything else you want to go ahead and see if you can scrounge up.
I think I can't speak for Faust, but I think I was at least done. I think Torben was more than happy with having spent quite a lot of coin as it is, and would probably be looking to group up with the others.
Right, perfect. That is fine. Then, Nongle, you spent some time in, I think it was Rachel's bibliothèque, where you found an arcane grimoire, but also maybe an unlikely ally, as she had secured her magic shop with enchantments, barring it from view of anyone who is affiliated with the Pillar. So somehow you were able to get in there. It seems like she knows more than she's letting off.
Yeah, she gave me an Arcane Grimoire +2. She had a whole bunch of magical ink, which is great. And what else? She had some corrupted magicite as well for sale. She seems a little bit evil, but she's got what I need, you know?
Do you have anything else you want to go ahead and try and find?
Oh, no, she cleared me out. I am broke.
Perfect. Perfect. So that leaves Bjorn and Faust. You got into some shenanigans. Bjorn, you lost a arm wrestling competition against the mighty barbarian Karn inside a tavern. Sadly, you had to let go of your Acorn of Good Luck and your was it a Ring of Protection as well?
Yeah, I think so. I think.
I think this is a real what would the Zoomers say, an oof moment.
Yeah.
But you that's how it goes. That's the luck of the dice. And then you guys tried to go ahead and find some people's organs to harvest, and that's where you guys are. So you haven't actually been shopping or looking for anything yet. So if you guys want to go ahead and do that, you're more than welcome to do so.
I only wanted to organ harvest if Bjorn is with me. Otherwise, there's no reason behind it. It's a bonding experience.
Well, I think there's gonna be plenty of bodies laying on the ground soon. So I don't think
think
we
the others
actively have to make the bodies yet.
I remember the others told us to stay low on the city. Maybe we try as like a smaller village next time, where nobody cares if somebody disappears. Sounds better.
Do you have any money?
I have some. I don't really use it very much. I'm a do-it-yourself kind of guy.
Okay. Well, Theus used to carry all of my money, so I'm broke. Hard to buy stuff when you're broke.
Yeah.
Back in the north, people just usually give me stuff, so it's been very weird to adapt to this you know, kind of way of living where you
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
When in my childhood, I didn't really lack in anything. Let's say my family was very well off, made a lot of coin from the misery of others. So it was different growing up after that. Not getting anything just given to you. I had to spend some time getting used to that. But well, it's quite strange how you get used to a lot of things.
Yeah. But I was thinking that actually now when we're in the capital, the biggest city in the world, there might be some experts here to help me a bit out. You know, I have this small piece of metal. I'm not sure if someone could maybe tell me a bit more about it. I've been holding on for this for quite some time. Do you think we could find any metal experts here?
Well, I can take a look at it if you want to. I've been working with a lot of different material.
Oh, cool. So you're a metal expert. Well, that's
I'm
convenient.
not really a medic expert. The people I consult are kind of helping me along the way.
Okay. GM, I pull out the meteorite star metal that I got the very first
Stream session, yeah.
yeah. So maybe you can tell me a bit about this, and maybe I don't know if you're a metal expert, you can tell me if there's been some trading of this or something in the city. I give it to Faust.
Bjorn pulls out a ragged metal shard. It is almost black to the eye, but with like kind of a metallic sheen to it. With like kind of very silvery, almost white kind of veins inside of it. And you identify it immediately as star metal, which is one of the most valuable materials on Cerenar. Go ahead and give me a. What are we going to use for this? I will say.
I'm not very smart. Like I just get told things from consulting.
But I'm pretty sure that you are. Faust knows materials, right? So I think you can go ahead and give me an investigation roll for this one. And
all right,
go ahead and give me that with advantage because you also have a bunch of tinkering.
I'm not very smart at that.
You definitely know that this is.
I just know certain
style,
things.
yeah.
I have to consult the Twitching Council for that.
Well, maybe we could ask some metal experts in the city if they have seen shipments go through or people have been trading this. Could be that I can find more of this. My dreams tell me that I should make a weapon of this metal, but I only have the shard, so.
Do I know if I could make a weapon out of this?
It's very small. I don't want to make a weapon out of something so small. I don't use small weapons.
You could probably make a dagger out of this.
A dagger is probably not
javelin heads.
Precise. Maybe the core of a sword or so. That might be possible.
It sounds like a child's weapon. I don't want that. I want a big one. I need more of this metal. So we have to find out where it went. You know, I saw a big source of this metal, but it was sadly it got away from me.
As you begin to think about this, Bjorn, I think Bjorn would probably think that, hey, Torgen is a dwarf. He might know.
It could also be that Torgen, he has some more knowledge, but I think that the trading stuff, since he's been in hell, he couldn't tell me if there's been anything going through the city. So maybe we should find someone in the city to just tell me. Can you read this sign for me? I don't know. It's does it say blacksmith? Is
let me just see. I think I can read, yeah. I can show us the way if we look for signs.
So what are you guys looking for?
A blacksmith for Beyond's troubles.
A master blacksmith, it must be.
You go ahead and look for a blacksmith. Meanwhile, at the blacksmith, Aust and Torgen, you've made your trades. Good to see you, Alex. By the way, nice to have you.
Hello.
Good timing.
Great time.
Apologies for my lateness.
As you've been doing your trades, you've been putting in your armor to be upgraded. Aust, remind me, you bought the breastplate +1 of hardcover, didn't you?
Correct.
All right, I've put that in the party loot and effects. Yes. Yes. So you've done this. You've exchanged the coin. Is there anything else you guys want to do?
We should probably try and group up with everyone else.
Oh, yeah, sure.
As you kind of make your goodbyes to the blacksmith, as you turn around to exit, you see Bjorn and Faust approaching the blacksmith shop.
Oh, hey.
Hello.
Did you
Nice
find
seeing you
what
here.
you were looking for?
I think so.
I would say so. Yeah, quite the skilled blacksmith. I think this will do us good.
Cool. I have a blacksmith question.
I kind of just gesture around the room. I think you came to the right place then. I'm happy to see you can find your way around the city.
Oh, cool.
This is getting very, very clearly like a blacksmith shop that is specialized in servicing adventurers and people who need special, super powerful kind of armor and stuff like that.
Perfect. Maybe Torgen, you can also take a look at this, Mr. Blacksmith, Master, sir.
Hi, can I help you? One of the same guy that you talked with, a stout, gray-haired dwarf with a mighty three braid beard, kind of approaches you. He has a big silver kind of earring in one ear.
So, Master Blacksmith and Torgen, you guys ever seen this before? I show them the star metal.
Torgen, I will say, go ahead and let's see. You first of all, Torgen, I give you advantage on this roll as well because of where you're from, and I'm asking you. You can either do an investigation or a history roll.
Would this count as stone cunning?
Yes. For you, it will.
Okay. Weird question then. Would I get +5 from my hat then? Because technically I count as expertise when it comes to stone cunning.
Well, then, yeah, sure.
Okay, this is going to be the first high intelligence roll from Torgen then. So +10 to this. So 33.
All right. Damn. You know quite a bit about star metal. Your family kind of built its fortune around mining it from the big meteorite. You know that you didn't really necessarily listen that much when you were taught about this, but a bunch of these things somehow kind of hung on. You know that star metal is very powerful because it has a specific attributes that makes it it can do one of two things depending on how you treat it. Either it can serve as something called a planar anchor. Star metal can, if it's treated correctly, completely anchor an object or an entity within a plane, and therefore giving it no way to kind of escape. So not only will it act like dimensional shackles, like you can't if you give someone that on in the Feywild, they can't exit the Feywild. They won't be able to teleport either. This specific property of star metal can also be used in specific magical kind of components or or magic technology to do weird stuff with planar stuff. So you're pretty sure that if you got some time with the Nongle and probably Faust, you could probably supercharge the dimension door that you have with this, because it kind of has some energy that transcends and perpetuates all planes. That's one thing. If it that if and that is if it's called if it's fabricated into a way that you call the sleeping state of star metal, and then there's the awake state of star metal, where you kind of streamline the more aggressive possibilities. Any weapon made of star metal gets very powerful. Basically, exudes an extremely high amount of energy, because it kind of draws power from whatever energy lies between the planes. And in D&D terms, if you make any weapon out of star metal, if it has a star metal core, it will have it will deal 1 extra d6 thunder damage and 1 extra d6 force damage. If it is made entirely out of star metal, this is a d10 from each of those. And that is on top of the +1 or +2 that you will have as well.
So that's a 2d10 additional damage to a weapon?
Yeah, it is very, very powerful. Jesus. It's also very extremely expensive. But you have to get a lot of it to refine it into something that is actually serviceable as a weapon. So you would usually use it, especially the dwarves like to make crossbow bolts out of it. Or bullets. So
realistically speaking, do I know how valuable is what Bjorn is showing me?
You see something that it seems very pure. You could probably make a dagger out of this, which is not just a core of a dagger, but a dagger. You would put the value of that right buyer, maybe 10,000 gold.
Okay, and second question, is this rare knowledge or common knowledge that this is like tied to planar magic? Because that seems like a bit of a taboo topic.
It is common knowledge for you.
Right. Okay.
And otherwise, it's pretty esoteric. It's not something. There's probably people who work with it within the pillar. But I wouldn't say that unless Nongle did give me a very, very high history roll right now, then he wouldn't know. No.
Before I say anything, can I tell if the blacksmith recognizes it, or how common is it for someone like this to know about it?
He doesn't know.
That's quite interesting piece you hold there, Bjorn. I think perhaps that's something we should discuss at a different time. Perhaps also
looks like some kind of black metal. I'm not sure either.
It is quite a unique.
So none of you have ever seen it before?
Well, again, we should talk about this somewhere else.
The blacksmith kind of gets the thing. Would there be anything else for you, gentlemen?
Right there.
Have you seen anyone trade it, Master Blacksmith?
This year? I'm afraid not.
Well, I guess it's the biggest city in the world. Do you know of anyone I can talk to about the flow of metals?
You have the Metallurgist Guild down in the in Rathabad. You should be able to find some there.
Oh,
that would know
the
something.
Dwarven Hold. Okay. Well, I guess when in New Wrath go under. I don't know. Thank you.
You're more than welcome. I couldn't. There's nothing I can do for you or your Loxodon friend here.
Not very much. Actually, If you find any unfortunate souls, and I give them the flyer, please redirect them to here. They can seek help.
Is this some kind of chat is here?
Kind of a charity, yes. For
Sure. All
poor
right. Now you can put it
unfortunates.
up on the board with the others, along with the quests.
All right. What are the others there? Just checking out what.
That's like do you have leftover loot? Give it to the Pillar Sanctuary orphanage for small children is always looking for extra funds. There's a few quests like Harpies Stole My Pants is one of them.
Classic.
Then there's a blacksmith. No, an innkeeper has a rat problem somewhere. You know, standard stuff.
Yeah.
Sounds very easy.
Can I get any inspiration from how usually people recruit for groups, for bigger groups? I haven't been very much outside for a while.
Well, there's also adventurer man-at-arms just starting out looking for my first adventuring party, stuff like that. There's one that kind of it looks very nice. It has a bunch of drawings on and people sewing. It says a karaoke night tonight at Big Head Inn. It has very high production value, and it has words with exclamation marks around it, like friends and alcohol and
I
good
would take note of
deals.
that. Exclamation marks and catchphrases are a very good idea. Maybe something like subscribe now or follow
like
the
that.
channel, something like that.
Follow the board
The
for
channel.
new notifications.
Yeah. Ring the bell for notifications, right?
I'm so angry
Alright.
that it took me so long to get this. I'm so angry.
There's only one person you can be angry at for that.
Well, that's cool. Well, we are almost all of us here. We just need Nuncle and Furrow. Do you guys know where they are?
Well, there's a simple way to find out, isn't there? And Torben will kind of tap his head and over the mental link. Nungle, where are you? How's trading going?
Donald, are you still inside the library?
No, I ran out of there because it was getting too dangerous.
All right. Yeah. So
After what did I sell? Kraken parts. I gave all the I gave the chalice of whatever, like all of our
chalice of the rotten prince.
yeah.
Chalice of whatever, yeah.
Yeah, that was rotten anyways, and it looked like she would be better off with that item than I was. So yeah, we'll run out, and once we get this, we'll run over and join the party. I'll be right there. Where are you?
Heading for Big Head Inn.
I'll meet you at the outside the front of the inn.
Oh, cool.
We'll see you there then. That sounds like a plan.
And I will, to get the heat off of me, I will summon my enlarged familiar, Nibbles, mount him on his cool saddle, throw Furrow on there, and I'll ride over to the Big Head Inn.
Something about low profile.
As you ride through the adventurers' quarter, there's a lot of other people showing off the mounts.
Jesus.
Full gear.
I got this on a drop. Super
he's
rare
got
drop.
the magic rooster.
Why are these guys just standing there and showing off? That's weird.
That guy just has a carpet. That's very strange.
Why are they all looking at that weird mailbox over there? I'm very confused.
This guy is just jumping around in circles.
That guy is screaming, "Gold for otherworldly gold."
This guy over here says looking for GF. I don't know.
I see the parade of mounds like going in a circle. It looks quite interesting.
What have you done, Roar? What have you done? We've just turned Storms over Cerenar into World of Warcraft.
you
Also, as we are walking, by the way, I don't know if I can single people out over the pond, but directed at Bjorn at least, I'll also kind of quietly, mentally say, we should talk about this more in depth privately, but just know for now that what you hold is extremely valuable and you should not show that to everyone.
We're talking about the metal, right?
Yeah, we're talking about the missile. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
You make your way towards the Big Head Inn. It's quite a walk from a city of this size, and it's it's upstairs. The eastern part of the city is perched on a cliff that kind of ends up in the New Wrath Sound. So it's like a mixture between just inclined cobblestone roads and a few stairs. As you go up, you see a bunch of kind of shops in the way. You see Forget-Me-Not Alchemy. You see Long John's looted trinkets, and you see, of course, the friendly and spacious adventurers retreat, and a bunch of people just yelling, trying to sell you stuff. People trying to basically just make a living. A bunch of people are fighting. There's a bunch of taverns as you go past them. People are doing fisticuffs or just drinking. There's a bunch of songs everywhere. It looks. It's really weird being in a whole part of town that is basically just for mercenaries, and kind of caters to that kind of crowd. As you make your way to the Big Head Inn, like the Big Head Inn becomes more and more prevalent as the sheer size of the head just dwarfs the nearby buildings. You have it's a large kind of old Chthonian kind of elven head with like a centurion's helmet on, but without like the bristle on it. You see a bunch of a bunch of kind of balconies and windows have been chiseled out of the kind of statue, and it seems like there's just a bunch of things going on. A bunch of different kinds of music spews out from different windows. One of them, just a bunch of colored lights just keep flashing on and off. It's very, very loud, and you see a bunch of people here. As you get to this part of Battledover Reach, like you kind of exit the adventurous district, and you enter what could be in many European cities be called the tourist district. So you see a bunch of people from all kinds of countries, kind of with backpacks on. They have like city maps and tour guides going around, and just a stupid amount of people are just having a party in this inn, and some people are sleeping, and some people are it's just everywhere. As you go down, there's like a big crack in the chin of the statue, where like a big double door has been put up. There is they're open, and there's like a big red kind of carpet being rolled out in front of it. There you see there's two bouncers in front of the door. There's an ogre wearing a way too small breastplate, and then there's a half orc kind of sitting on a stool reading a book, with a pair of glasses kind of perched on his nose. They don't really seem to look really at people entering or exiting. It's not like it's a dress code place. They're just there to keep the peace.
Do I recognize the whether this sort of head of this sort of Chthonian statue's head is of anybody specific from Chthonian history?
Supposed to be of Emperor Cato the First.
Fair enough.
There has been quite a bit diplomatic kerfuffle about using the head as place of debauchery.
I'm fully in favour of, so that's fine. Good. Should we get a table, chaps?
Yeah. We can just enter. So...
Are we getting rooms as well, or just? We've not really done this for a while, to be honest.
I imagine that depends on the conversation that we're having and how that turns out.
True. Well, table first, rooms later. And let's keep an eye out for malefactors, shall we?
The Amber Lord, we have to see if he's around also.
From what I recall of the Amber Lord, it shouldn't be particularly difficult to miss him.
Oh, sure.
So, let's see.
Could be he is incognito.
Who's that giant man with a pair of glasses with a big nose on it and massage. Certainly not the Amber Lord.
So
Well,
you guys
he's
go in?
traveled, so
Yeah.
As you go inside, you see kind of a bunch of people from all over Cerenar, having a rowdy time. It's not as crazy as the adventurer bars downtown. It's not like people are fighting or shouting all the time, but there are multiple bars in this like big main area. You see a bunch of waiters walking around with big flagons of ale, serving the guests. At the main bar, you see a very tired-looking half-orc. He's kind of graying and balding. He definitely has seen better days, and he's like wearing an apron and a very kind of dirty tank top underneath it. And he's kind of slowly growing out of it. Every time one of the waiters or one of the staff kind of approaches him, he looks exasperated. As people are set out to do things, and he looks miserable, to be completely honest. There are a bunch of tables. There are also some free tables. You can just sit down if you want to. It looks like a place where you get served on the tables if you want to. You can also go to the bar. As you come in, you do hear the ruckus of Norse drinking songs from what sounds like a room up the stairs somewhere. There are a bunch of stairs going everywhere. Like, this is not like a square house, so it's kind of just sprawling out in weird directions.
Could be a decent place to start.
sure.
Quick question. We've encountered your folk a couple of times. Am I going to be welcome? I've met the Amber Lord. It's probably fine,
Oh.
providing it is the Amber Lord. I'm just thinking just more a general kind of reaction to a Cavonian
Oh, in
of
the
the
north?
Northman.
They're everywhere in the north.
Oh, good.
Because we usually take a lot of you home with us.
In like a slavey kind of way?
I think we can discuss like thematically what it is on a later note.
Well, yeah, each their own. Gentlemen, what do you want to do? Shall we get a table and then scout out whether the northern caterwauling from upstairs is actually the Amber Lord, or should we just go straight up?
Could also get a room and just chill. Everything is possible. I need to see the Amber Lord today, but we could act upon anything tomorrow, or we can also just drink ourselves pissed or ask about the karaoke thing.
I mean, as nice as that sounds, if the entire reason we came here is for the Ember Lord, maybe we should get answers first, and then we can plan based on that.
Sensible. Very sensible.
Yeah, okay.
Amber Lord then?
Yeah.
Amber Lord, Amber Lord, Amber Lord.
We go to the barkeep.
The main one or just one? A barkeep.
A barkeep.
You go up to one of the bars. Very busy-looking dragonborn bartender looks like, can I help you?
Yes. Can you maybe direct me to the Amber Lord's room?
Right now they're using the first-story hall. Him and his crowd is up there.
Can
Do
you
you need-
maybe show me where they are and bring a barrel of ale to that room as well?
Sure. Ale first, I guess. And he kind of brings up like a barrel of ale, just sets it on the counter. That's gonna be 2 gold for you.
I pay the man.
Right, thank you. And yeah, sure, I'll bring it. Come on. These guys your friends?
Everyone is my friend. Until
That's a very non-committal answer, but I'll take it. All right, come on. This guy kind of shows you up a couple of stairs, and on the first floor, you kind of see you come in, and there's like a big drinking hall with room for a large crowd, and you see the Amber Lord and his crew kind of there as they're playing. Some of his crews kind of playing more Norse music, and they're drinking and partying. In the middle of the or at the end of the table, on a bunch of furs, you see the Emperor, a very like a man as large as Bjorn is, or not as large, maybe like a head shorter, but that still leaves him incredibly big. Large red beard, kind of sprawling down, massive silver rings, jewelry on his hands. And as you come in, he kind of slams the table. Bjorn, my friend! Everybody! I told you they would come. And he kind of gets up, and people leave room for him to kind of go. He has big fur kind of coats, like dragging after him. As he goes over to you, Bjorn, and gives you a big hug, and then goes out and takes your hand in between both of his hands, and or takes your head in between both of your hands, and then kisses you on the mouth.
I kiss him back, and then I.
He asks you in Norse.
Remove the top of the barrel, so we can drink from it.
Beautiful. And he asks you in Norse, then, how was the travel up here? You are not.
It's
I've
been
seen the
a weird travel till this point.
I see. All right. So
since the icing of Stormsflow, we've been through a lot. Lost some friends along the way as well.
See, these are dark times, my friend.
They sure are.
As he looks you in the eye for a second, then he switches back into common. Good to see all of you. Where's Diaz? Where's my boy? I need to see that boy.
That's the friend I was talking about. We lost.
What?
Yes. I stick my head in the barrel and start drinking.
Angolo kind of loses his cool for a second. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, may his soul rest in Valhalla. And he, like any of you with just mediocre insight, can tell that this man is clearly shook by this, but tries to kind of breeze over it. As he kind of raises a glass and says, "Fuck yes!" And all the Northmen's kind of repeat him, and they drink. Take a seat, everybody.
Sure.
Is there a place that I can kind of get out of view for a sec?
View?
Out of view.
Yeah, a bunch of places and nooks and crannies everywhere.
Okay.
The walls aren't straight, so you can definitely find somewhere.
All right. So because we're around a bunch of officials or whatever, I will take 25 GP worth of diamond dust, and I will cast non-detection on myself.
Along a similar vein, in this room, do I see anybody concealed by illusional transmutation magic?
No.
Cool. Good.
Oh yeah, there's one guy that looks like he's using some kind of magic item to hide a very, very graphic and horrible disfiguration.
Ooh. Okay. I wish
like
I could
one of the
turn my eyes
sailors.
off. Ooh. Okay. I'll just kind of try not to look at that guy the entire evening.
But you can't help it. So it's just...
Ugh. Like seeing a cat's bumhole or a baby with earrings. You just can't.
Fuck you.
Is that?
Oh, not good. Shit.
You guys like normal. You.
Sorry, I'm casting that as extended, so it lasts 16 hours.
You, and he looks. He points at you, Oust. Never forget a name. Oust, the elven warrior, weren't you? Bjorn told me you were a holy man.
In a manner of speaking, I prefer to build myself more as a herald for the holy.
Well, up north we do have the holy, and the gods looking down on them. But tell you one thing. Down here in the south, there's only one god, and that god is coin. Luckily, we have plenty of that. People come. So, I'll pay you. Sorry to hear about Theus. Where's Nangle?
Over here. Sorry, the tables are so low.
There you are. Do we need me to? Should we get you some books or something to sit on? High chair.
Maybe a booster seat, high chair. There's something must be gnomish made.
I will go and find some.
A bar stool, maybe something.
I will. Furo kind of buggers off to try and find you somewhere you can sit.
Have you got something reinforced for our new friend also?
Oh, I see.
Faust.
Maybe two
takes
tools.
a big step towards you, Faust, and extends his hand. Hello there.
I'm kind of a newcomer to all of this, so
I see.
I didn't want to interrupt your reunion. Hello, I'm Yovo, Alidon, Mio, Gainiel, Satra, Gainiel, Faust.
I see. My name is Bjork, son of Bjork. But down here, they call me the Amber Lord. And kind of squeezes your head back. What brings you together with my good friends here?
Immersion and getting outside. I've spent much time kind of waiting around, waiting. But they had a sign that brought me outside. They got my world moving again. So I'm currently accompanying them and helping where I can.
I see. And let me tell you one thing.
Yes.
When these people, and he points at Bjorn and Aust and Noggle, they get the world moving, all of us have to run much faster to try and make it stop moving so fast again. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, another one! Excuse me, Mr. Faust. I haven't seen you either. And he points at you, Tobin.
Oh, goodness.
Right.
I'm awfully sorry. Yes.
Yeah, manners, that's the thing. And I'll switch to Nordic and hold the other hand. Pleasure is all mine. I'm Torben.
He replies to you in Norse. Good to see a fellow friend of the Norse.
I spent a few years up north. I've been around, but alright, this is probably a bit rude. I'll switch back to common and continue. I also am a bit of a new pickup. These friends of yours broke me out of a bit of a bind, and I suppose we're stuck together for the time being.
I see. Well, happy to see you. What about the, I guess Cephis kept, he stayed in Stonefloor, yeah?
Which one? Yes, no, he did.
Oh yeah, I figured that out. That's weird. Like, why are there 9 of them?
That we know of.
Very resourceful contacts, though. I will tell you that. Oh, thank you very much for introducing me.
You're certainly welcome. Well, business, shall we, fellas?
Yes. Should we, like, people are just fighting and spilling beer everywhere. Do you want us to find somewhere less raunchy, or is this fine for you?
So
do you trust everybody in the room?
Pulling his head up from the barrel.
That was a very long swig. You're right, Bjorn.
So, have you made the introductions?
Yes.
Should we talk business somewhere?
Sure. All right. I have got the nose suite, so we can go up there. Follow me.
Okay. Can we bring the ale to go, or the barrel maybe? It just would be nice to actually have some time to unwind.
Oh, yeah. Sure. I'll get. Do you want anything else in ale?
Oh, I fancy ale this evening.
I'll take anything strong.
Any finer? I'm not one of quantity. I like my quality. Something finer, but highly distillated.
Like you want schnapps? We have some schnapps from the north. You'll get that. It's very good. It has cumin in it.
Yeah,
all right.
Something small is fine.
Oh well, if schnapps is on the table, then goodness.
All right, come on.
As we're walking to this room, and this is possibly a wildly esoteric question to ask about the Amber Lord. Do I get the kind of impression of the kind of respect that he kind of the kind of respect that everybody around him has for him?
Everybody who has that kind of question and would like to gauge that can give me an insight roll.
Okay.
He's someone new, so I guess I will look into it.
What about you, Torgen? Do you want to know it or no?
Yeah, I feel like the fact that he's new, sure. I mean, I think this would be more of a general insight just to get a read on the man and whether he's trustworthy, but I would be interested.
All right. Aust and Faust. You get the, you get one kind of very important information about the Amber Lord, and that is he's very difficult to read. And you're pretty sure that if you see any feelings, it is probably something that he wants you to see. Nongle, you've spent a little more time with him, and you know that he inspires absolute loyalty in those who is among his crew on the Jolly Whale. And Torgen, you've been spending enough time in the kind of labyrinth and intrigue kind of politics of dwarves to know that this guy is a spider in the middle of a very large web.
I see.
Which makes him very, very resourceful and quite dangerous as well if you're on the wrong side of him. But if he's helping you, which he is he's a very strong and resourceful ally to have.
Would I know, just probably from conversations with Bjorn, how well known in the north and just generally throughout the world the Amber Lord is?
The Amber Lord is probably one of the only people as well known in the north as Bjorn is, apart from the kings and queens.
Okay.
He's like he's a little bit like a famous businessman. Like, so think Elon Musk kind of guy.
Gotcha.
Maybe, in a very different kind of Viking way, right? He has a very large trade network, and his name opens doors down south that other Norse traders wouldn't. He probably would have special deals with companies like the Leviathan Trading Company and these kind of things. Yeah. So in the north, he would probably also have a pretty large network, but also he would probably be one of the person, like, if you can't find anyone who will sell your chairs or your fishing nets or something, the Amber Lord can always take it off your hands. So in that way, he's also seen as like someone who creates a lot of wealth and a lot of jobs, apparently in the north, because he has the ability to push so much merchandise out to the south.
So the low suite is this way or another stair?
Can you repeat that, please?
So the no suite, is it up these stairs or?
Yes,
how far
please,
is it?
this way.
So when they say nose, is that literal? I mean, I know we're kind of in our heads. Is that where we're going?
Yes, it is. You just wait until you see the windows.
Oh, goodness.
It's the nostrils. All right, come on. And as you come up, you see a very large room. It's decorated with big red kind of what is the fabric that you put on windows? All right, this is one of the times where my curtains, yeah. English being my second language, just shown through there. Big red curtains, nice kind of decorated. You see a bunch of Norse furs, probably his own. There's a big kind of table that would seat maybe 10 people. He gets brought up some ale, some flagons, and some schnapps comes on the table. There's a couple bottles of wine as well, and you have like a nice big view out of the big nostril windows. Underneath is like a balcony. As you can see, like the east, and you can see as you look out to the east, you kind of get the kind of view over the bay that the sun is setting behind you, and in front of you, the lights are beginning to get to turn on in Orenstall, the capital of Verenia, on the other side of the sound. And you see all the colorful banners of Verenia flying in the wind. You see the broken statue, the Colossus Bridge, and the myriad of ships just sailing in and out of the sound.
So, Björk, have you arranged the meeting I told you to arrange? Do we have a court with the king himself?
Let me tell you this. It has not been cheap or easy, but yes. King Michael will see you. In a day's notice, we have a place. He is... Reaching him was one of the more difficult things I've had to do in my career. But I believe if you're doing... I'm not sure what you're doing, and I would like you to tell me more about it, because ever since you came back from the desert, things have been going crazy, and now there's talk of war. Up north, they're amassing a fleet larger than anything I've ever seen. The Yalis has called back the ships, and there's a king's sound. And then there's the king's ting has been summoned as the crowns of the north prepare to defend themselves. The dwarven holes are almost splitting themselves in half, figuring out what they will do if war breaks out between the north and the south. The balance is very perilous.
Come to our aid?
That's not something I can be certain of. Dwarven politics is like having a string in your pocket and you take it up and it's all messed up, you know?
They don't necessarily have to join the war, they just have to stay out of it. But
yes, but you also know that neutrality for some
is provocation for others.
Yes.
Yeah.
But our bonds of fellowship with the dwarves are strong. The south, they only have their coin.
Don't think the northern holes will raise weapons against the north, at least. But they're not the ones in the line of fire.
Plenty of dwarves in Cavonia are underneath it.
Same with...
I never dabbled in international politics. Back home, I understand it. Wave the fist, you know. That I understand. But this will be my first big entrance into the international scene. So I might need a few pointers.
All right. What we can do.
My first thought was to emphasize on strength. The Norse, they will brutally, fiercely, and recklessly respond to anything aggressive towards them. The king should know that he is in dark waters and our ships have been traveling there for a long time. We know the sea, and he is treading water now.
We must present balance. However, such talk could be an open provocation to the slightly more delicately minded southern types. Maybe, perhaps we say, we emphasize their, perhaps a commitment to, again, neutrality. Keep them out of this war, rather than necessarily threaten them should they join.
Yeah, I feel like provocations will not get us anywhere if peace is what you want.
There's a bunch of things happening. Somehow you guys always end up being in the middle of it. I also think you're the ones trying to help. You told me a little bit about what happened with the face down in Staunchville.
Yes.
We had nothing to do with that city.
No,
we only tried to save it.
I was the one trying to get you inside the arena, remember?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I've
There's
been
a
piecing
number.
together some things, as well as I haven't. So first I have some gift, and then I have some questions. And the degree to which I'm able to help you will rely upon the amount of information I'm giving. Now, I know that you guys are hunted and warranted right now. People are trying to get you. The pillar are out to get you. The face is out to get you. And you are some of the most wanted people within the south of Cerenar right now. Therefore, I understand if you wouldn't want to just spill all of your beans. But trust me when I'm telling you this. We can't help you or help the North if you don't help me. So, first of all, here. He takes out like a small box. Have a contact who can make these. And he takes up like as he opens the box, it has five kind of amulets with amber in it, and some kind of it looks like hard copper wiring enchanted with like a red gem in the middle of all of it. Which Noggle, you recognize that as a corrupted magicite right away. All right.
What is this?
These are all amulets of non-detection. But the difference between these and the ones I've seen, and he points at you, Oust, because I know that you wore earlier. It says these
ones work.
Some magic items draw upon some of your own essence to keep it anchored to you. These will not do that. The magicites help. So basically, he's giving you all amulets of non-detection that do not require attunement to wear.
Jesus. Just as I get the freaking. Do you have a handout for those or no?
No.
Okay.
You can just go ahead and equip one of those. Problem is, if you want to be undetected, all of you have to be, or it doesn't really matter, right?
Yeah, I'm just worried about anyone looking for me specifically, especially here, right? So I realized that at the end of last session. So amulet proof, proof against detection location. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Amber Lords. We'll call this Amber Lords. I'll edit it, and then you can just drag it into everyone else's if you'd like.
Yes. You've put it in the...
I'll kind of just, look at it, holding it up and looking to the Amber Lord. I'm curious, is this fine that we also take it, pointing at the Faust? I know we were not the ones that this was meant for, based on your connection to these folks.
No, I'd hope to give one of these to Theus and another one to Cephis, but I see that sometimes winds change, so does the company you keep, so I hope you can use it as much as they could.
Let's be quite clear here. You're probably both guilty by association at this point.
Oh, I'm guilty of a lot of things.
Oh, I know. But,
this was less about the necessity and more about the fact that I thank you for this, and I owe you for this. And I will not forget that.
And speaking of, what's your price?
Price for this?
What information do you need from us?
Good question. I need you to tell me what happened in Staunchflow.
Mm-hmm.
And I need you to tell me what the hell is happening with the face.
Oh,
okay.
It's very simple. We're not sure.
But we can tell you what we do know.
Oh, yeah.
Please.
There was a ritual in Staunchflow conducted by the face to open up a planar portal or some form to one of the hells. They succeeded. We failed to stop them. That's what happened in Staunchflow. We ran.
An icy hell.
An icy hell.
Do you know why they would like to open this kind of portal?
We have some suspicions that
Please.
perhaps the face is allied or in cahoots with a darker power. I think that's correct, is it not? Chaps?
Well,
We know that the Face also have contacts in the pillar.
And just remind me, I can't remember how much Oust would personally know. I know in previous sessions there was a connection made between the Face and basically the big sort of dark thing under deep under the ground.
Yeah, I guess Oust would know that as well. And I think Oust would also know that Staunch Flow was probably a gambit to actually start a conflict, right?
Yeah. It was a provocation. It was a false flag operation. Yes.
He was also tied to what we know to be the Conquering Dark, the thing we heard a little bit about so far, but the full picture of where it all fits in, I suppose we still need to find out.
Yes. And we'll give him some information on the Conquering Dark if he doesn't appear to be sort of wanting to delve too deep in it. We'll just kind of give him the brief outline.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to know precisely what that is.
Okay.
The Conquering Dark is some kind of one of the dwarven things.
I believe so. Torgan?
Do you know of, I assume you are a businessman, you know of the Ebon Crown?
Yes. The crown of the Low King of the Dwarves.
Yeah, that's the one. The Conquering Dark was an entity tied to dwarven belief that was attached to that crown. And we at least believe to some extent that the Face is either taken this power of this Conquering Dark or is part of this power. The details we're not entirely sure about.
See.
And that brings us to the next
dwarves. No, the dwarves and the Face, they're not aligned, are they?
We have no reason to believe so just yet.
See.
But that does kind of bring us on to the next point in terms of people who are aligned with the Face now. As you have noticed, Fierce is no longer with us. He had a previous connection to the Face. They have sought fit to re-establish that connection. And he is now one of them, albeit not by choice.
What kind of connection does he have to them?
The leader of the Face.
That's always been more about him than what he told.
Certainly. The leader of the Face, whose name always escapes me, Hassani
Sabah, yeah.
Hassani Sabah. Fierce was his protege, as it were. But in a more physical sense, he was a vessel for Sabah's consciousness, I guess. Hassani Sabah was getting old, from what we understand, and wanted to transfer his essence to a fresher vessel. He appears to have done that with Fierce.
See. Somehow they have their hooks in Pillar to help escalate this conflict.
They have their fingers everywhere. Yes. And I should make this clear. Our true foe currently is the Face. I believe that there may be a possibility that the Pillar are reasonable to some extent. We've had some dealings with them. Even during the attack on Staunchflow, we bent the ear of one or two. But we can't trust them. But they are not necessarily diametrically opposed to us currently.
Well,
but we must consider them to be at least against us for the time being.
I see. Lucky for us, we have our own expert here.
We do.
Nongo, what do you think of the Pillar and their associations?
I think that as of late, they have been... Actually, nothing has changed. This is common practice for them, isn't it?
Well,
Seems
depends
like
on
it
where
might
you are, isn't it?
Seems like it might be a level of corruption within the organization that perhaps goes to very top.
Well, you see, there's several different levels of the actual pillar itself. I mean, the sect that I was with is well, it wasn't on board, straight up legal in most magical terms or whatnot. So, and there's many sects even I don't know about the Kobold Shield or about the sorry the pillar. So.
The Kobold Shield is the secret police, right?
That's who I worked for before I was evicted and came back with everyone here.
Yeah.
Is this the first time that Nongul's directly referred to the fact that he's been in the Kobold Shield? I mean, I would have had some idea considering I've been in his head at one point, but
I would say that I would mention that I was part of the Kobold Shield, but not go into any details about it. Besides when I gave the little spiel on when I was in the actual grove, because that's when I said I do this for a living. I actually jump planar barriers for a living. So,
but it's the Hassanites that appear to have the strongest grip on the pillar.
So it's a skill more than the pillar itself. So I guess the Ivorites and the moderates will usually have their own ideas. And right now,
it's a crack in the arm that we might be able to exploit at some point, but that's not the top of our priorities.
And now demons appear out of nowhere. People blame the North, all the religious people, good religious people such as myself. And now they want to strike first before another calamity hits another city. Sounds about right?
It does. Oh, also, we went to hell. Yes, sorry, forgot about that. Bjorn,
that was the blind. That was the blind that broke me out of.
Bjorn died at some point. Basically, the river Styx in hell. There's no soldiers coming down.
Before you tell me more about hell, I'm more interested in knowing what could kill you, Bjorn.
Dragon.
Oh, all right. Well, good to have you back then.
But we did kill it back twice, so you know. Yes, we went to hell. Hell is essentially closed for business, but by no means of their own. It appears that perhaps Arkan or somebody along those lines has blocked the gates, as it were. So there's there's some deals to be done there, souls and the like. But that's for another time. But yes, so there appears to be maybe something related to that. Who knows? That's kind of the most disclosure we can get. Let's see, what else? As I said, big green sword, went to the jungle, spoke to a giant serpent man, who's now in the sword in a way. And we did get the horn, Bjorn's horn. I
have the Horn of Winter.
Yes, we have that now. Which else will just brush over as if it's not even culturally relevant to them. So we have that. And also, we did get some slightly more insight in terms of this giant conquering dark, which sounds like might be connected to some other sort of deeper dark, which may be waking up due to the lack of gods in the world, due to the fact that Arkan not necessarily killed, but perhaps locked them out, as it were. Oh, and we did make a new one. A god, that is.
It sounds even more confusing the second time when I was
busy,
there.
huh?
Yes. Well, you said you wanted to know everything. I've been working out too, but that's completely beside the point.
Oh yeah, you don't look as squishy as before.
Thank you.
And what about you? He points at you, Faust. Where do you find yourself in all of this?
I heard some things from Fears, so he met me on that isle, Greenslade. We talked about his friends there and about his previous contacts. This is how I know of this group before, but also only from letters that he wrote.
I see.
But from what I've seen is that our perspectives may align. I have my own gods that I want to bring back.
I see. So this is all about the divine, then, is it?
Well, we all believe in something.
Isn't everything?
Isn't everything? Yes. From what it would seem now.
I see.
Never thought I'd hear myself say that.
So, he kind of rubs his temples. So, the face is doing a play. Doing a false flag operation in Staunch Flow. Trying to gather up fear. Just make people afraid of religion again. They go to create a war against the North and the South in a Hassanite plot to kill the Northern gods as well. That's one side of the coin, is that correct?
Certainly possible.
Then you, with that sword of yours, you go down to Gandhi, and you get some answers, and you somehow find the Horn of Winter, the Gjallarhorn there.
Yes.
Yes. And a big gun thing as well, but that's something completely different time.
On the way you went to hell, that sounds interesting. And then
I personally enjoyed the trip.
It was a fucking terrible place. I'm just glad to be out.
Made me feel lucky.
And you are going where? And why? And you want to talk to the king? Why?
We want to expose some truths to the king.
To make him
Tell him-
understand that if he attacks the North will retribute 10 times fold.
How much have you heard of King Michael II?
He's a clever man, so he must understand.
He's a shrewd man, from what I understand, but past that, I'm not the best on King Michael.
He's called the King of Compromises for a reason. Plot to assassinate him in his younger days left him horribly poisoned and disfigured. Honestly, that he has lived this long is a miracle in and of itself. He has kept the balance between the dukes of Rethuria and the other countries of Cerenar. I'm pretty sure that if that man died, then there wouldn't be anything called Rethuria anymore. As the duchies themselves begin to squabble amongst themselves. Honestly, I don't think that he has long left either, with no heir. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. I know he's one of the strongest voices of restraint in the conflict going on. He knows that attacking the North is going to be a bloodbath that no one will profit from.
Then we need to appeal to that, and we need to tell him as much as we can in order to try and perhaps change some minds about the face. Or not necessarily change minds, more illuminate them as the threat-faced. We need to point the blame away from the North and to its true culprits, I guess. If we can. Or at least warn him.
That's one thing. That's the Hassanite plot, right? Right.
The other thing is slightly more difficult to kind of convince him of because it's going to involve something a bit more widespread culturally. convincing an entire population to believe again, and in what is
People of Cerenar, apart from the North, has been living without gods for centuries or for millennia.
they have.
That's not something you just change overnight. You know that.
No, but they all believe in something.
That's
You know,
true.
When you go to sea, you believe that you'll get home safely. When you hear a secret, you might believe it's true. You might believe it's false. There's things that we can work off of. You know,
All right.
one
I'll let
woman
you
believed
dabble with that
believed
then.
in the safety of the sea and the tempest, and now she's a god. Or thereabouts.
So that's what the sailors tell me about the White Maiden. Then it's true.
It is.
Interesting.
Saw it myself.
Wow.
Welcomed her through the door, as it were.
All right. I would like to know more about that, but that might be a later date. I wish Grambling to do anything against this. If you have any way to expose this kind of plot of the face of the Hassanites, please do. But you're heading somewhere else now. Is that correct?
Once we've spoken to the king, I believe we're heading north. Isn't that correct, Bill?
Yeah, so unless we have to talk to these goddamn dwarves to make them understand they have to fight on our side.
We might be going via the dwarves. There's also some conversations about the Ebon Crown, but also war, a big subject on all conversations.
Of course.
I think it's
so where are you going in the north? Grimsfjord, back home, Bjorn? Or...
If you are telling me that the kings are gathering again, we might go to that.
We need to speak to your oracles. Is that not correct, Bjorn?
Yes, that is true. But I'd like to talk to Jarlis Helga, but she will be in the king's meet.
So we have quite the itinerary, as you can see.
Yeah, so it's gonna be Grimsborg, I think.
Well, the road to Grimsborg is perilous now, to say the least.
Well, we used peril. I mean, it's kind of what we've been doing, so quite proficient, I'd say. And thank you for the amulets. They'll help immensely.
Of course. So, but Grimsborg and Norns are hundreds of miles apart. You'll have to choose.
They are.
Grimsborg and where?
Grimsborg.
And basically like the east and the west of the north, right?
And then the Norns sit in Udrashold.
Oh, Udrashold. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a long ways away.
They are literally miles apart.
Yeah, they are, as the bird flies, 700 miles apart.
Yeah.
What is your next... are you staying here long, Bjork?
I never stay anywhere long.
It appears to me that we might be perhaps rather stretched between two locations. Perhaps us speaking with the Norns might be a more pressing matter. Perhaps you could speak for us at this King's Ting. That's what you called it?
King's Moot.
King's Moot.
King's Ting. Sorry.
Apologies.
What would you want me to say?
What we've told you. Tell them everything. Knowledge. That's what you deal in, isn't it?
Yeah, that's correct. What do you say of this, Bjorn?
Yes, they will understand. Bring the fishermen home. Give them swords. Yes.
Go, great wise Hemperlord. The Grimsborg or Udershold? Those are kind of our two kind of locations. You seem to have quite the party with you. I know that the conventicle itself is able to teleport across the lands using specific circles. I'm wondering, does any of you know if there's some circles such as those in those areas? Might get us a lot quicker.
There might be... In Cathonia, yes. Do I have access to them? Sadly not.
Very well.
I know there's only one wizard tower in all of the north, and that's actually where I'm from, Grimsfjord. Can I mark that on the map?
Yeah, I'll. If I can't do it, there.
Oh, Grimsfjord.
Okay, so like slap bang in the middle between two.
Would I know, Laura, if there's a circle there at the tower?
You know, it's kind of a weird deal. They have a wizard tower, and it's not really affiliated with the pillar. And then, like, it's a kind of a knockoff, but they do have some contacts. They might have a teleportation circle, the combination of which you're not sure.
Okay.
I mean, if anybody in this room is going to know, it's going to be the Amber Lord.
You know that the pillar guards the secrets well, and they change these combinations often to avoid a situation just like the one you're telling me about here. I might be able to scrounge up the information, but by the time I get it to you, it might be too late.
True.
And they will have changed again. All right.
Maybe we don't work on that then for the time.
We'll address the Norns. This nation of monsters and trolls and orcs and goblins. What do we want to do there?
We have to consult them about the horn, isn't that right, Bjorn?
Yes. We either return to Kongetinget, and I put the crown on the table. My crown of frost. And represent this, and someone should claim it because the North needs once again to be unified. For too long I have upheld the ancient way of not having one king, but I think this might be the time. I slain one man over this once because he wants to unify the North, and now I stand in his place. Oh. The irony is not lost upon me. Or I put the horn down. Or we go to the Norns. It would be the way of the gods. And I'm
So
sure...
if you...
And I'm sure this will more be the way of legend. I don't know.
The fates have something in store for you, Bjorn. You must go there. And when you return, together, the 6 of us, and all our friends we will make along the way, we'll do our best to unite the North once again.
But in what way is best, I don't know.
Well, the best way is without creating a large ruckus and inflaming the situation further.
But the only way I know is by bloodying my ex.
Well, Bjorn, if you need to get better at this politics business, then now would be a good time to start practicing.
We spoke of this before, Bjorn. Are you Bjorn the judge or Bjorn the executioner? You can't be both.
This is something you will find out. Tomorrow, with the tide, Jolly Whale will leave New Wrath for the time being, until any conflict has been resolved. And I will go in your stead to the Kingsmoot. And we will see what can be done. At least, try and scare off the South as much as possible. Now you meet with King Michael tomorrow. And you convince him I will take you, or our friend will take you there.
I will need to talk to your quartermaster.
Yes.
I think you have some small items I need for my meeting tomorrow.
Sure. We'll find this. What you will need to do tomorrow is to talk to King Michael. Convince him that he needs to stall this conflict out for as long as possible. The swords of the South outnumber the swords of the North by 3-1. The Northmen are brave fighters and strong to a T, but quantity has a quality all of its own, would you say?
Certainly.
It would be a fair fight if they didn't have that goddamn magic.
Well, it's never a fair fight. Why would you invade anyone with if it was a fair fight? This is the way of kings, Bjorn. There's nothing fair about it. There's nothing honorful. There's nothing to be proud of. There's one winner and one loser. The strong, they do as they will, while the weak suffer as they must. And for right now, the North is, sorry to say, the weaker part.
I will think upon your words.
Well, you might be able to bring strength to them. Let us hope this. All right, gentlemen. Is there any other things we need to discuss? Otherwise, it seems like I have a lot of things to get started on.
I think we just need to plan our meeting, but we can do that now.
You are going through Himdural. Was that correctly understood?
I believe that is the
Himdural
current
is
plan, yes.
the seat of the Low King.
Yes.
Oh goodness. Yes,
You
we have to
need-
get there somehow. But
All right. I will see if I can scrounge up some map or otherwise.
if we can get there underground rather than overground, that would be preferable.
Let's see what Snorri can stomp out of the ground.
Thank you.
All right. Well, we live in interesting times, gentlemen.
That's one way of putting it.
So, I should get started, and so should you. I will send you a message about where to meet Cephis tomorrow. He will take you to the king. It is the meeting place.
Interesting, you should mention it. So this is more of a question for the DM. So the
Yeah.
amulet of protection against location blocks all divination. So would that block sending and Rary's bond? Because they're both divination. Or would you allow beneficial spells to bypass?
I will say that if it's from a known ally, yeah, it's fine.
All right, perfect, good.
We can block the number if we like to.
No,
Yeah.
Go on, no numbers.
No numbers.
Yeah,
Hello,
yeah.
we've been trying to reach you about your wagon's extended warranty.
We basically have call block. It's great, or call screening. Our divine call screening devices. It's great.
The greatest of magic items.
Yeah, absolutely. No,
Anything
goes
else
through
you
his
want to
block
do?
list and is like, okay, that's fine. They can contact me.
I think we both have our plans. I think we're good, right, everyone?
I believe so.
So, well, he takes up a flagon of ale as he toasts you to history, friends.
To legend.
To myth.
Faith.
Surprised he
Are
didn't
we
say
all
to
doing
Organ.
this?
Bjorn, give me a boost.
We're living.
Put my head in the barrel, Bjorn.
I got you a high chair.
Nungle will
Should
throw his
drink.
face in the barrel.
Should drink a last toast with the Ambler before he scurries off. You settle in for the night, and we can figure out if you want to do anything during the evening when we return from our break. So everybody needs to eat. People, that includes us. So we'll go and have some dinner now, or breakfast, or whatever, depending on where you live in the world. And we'll see you guys in half an hour. So we'll be back 5 minutes to 8. I hope you've had fun so far with all this skullduggery and intrigue, and we're going to come back to some more with King Michael II. Thank you all for watching, and thank you all for playing with me so far. We'll see you all in half an hour. Take care.
Sounds good.
Bonsoir.
Bye.